Okay. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Widianingsih, a student of Mathematics Education Bachelor Program at the Jakarta State of University. In this opportunity, I will explain about what is mathematics. Okay? What do you think about mathematics? Okay, before we are going to the main topic, we will start back at the very beginning. How did mathematics begin? So, the origin of mathematics lies in counting. In fact, counting is not just a human trait, other animals are about to count as well. And the evidence for human counting goes back to prehistoric times with check marks made in bones. Our prehistoric ancestors will have had a general sensibility about amounts and instinctively knew the difference between, say, 1 and 2 antelopes. But the intellectual leap from the concrete idea of two things to the invention of symbol or word for the abstract notion of two took many ages to come about. Then, over the years, there were several innovations with the Egyptians having the first equation. And then, the ancient Greeks made strides in many areas like geometry and numerology. And negative numbers were invented in China. And zero as a number was first used in India. Then, in the golden age of Islam-Persian mathematicians made further strides and the first book on algebra was written. Then mathematics boomed in the Renaissance along with the science. Now, there is a lot more to the history of mathematics than what I have just said. But I'm gonna jump to the modern age and mathematics as we know it now. We are going to the main topic. What is mathematics? Okay, I wanna give you an example. In our day-to-day life, we use arithmetic to count, or also there is calculus that show how things change over time, linear algebra to show how factorial to each other, and there are many more parts that are important for various reasons. For the first, that is a human language. Why? Okay. A Greek philosopher Galileo once said, "The laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics." So, mathematics is just like English because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient times, people needed it to conduct trade, build pyramids, and measure long distance. It is a powerful act to the human mind and the most glorious creation of the human intellect. Okay, for the second, math is everywhere. Math is not just the kind you learn in school, but an ordinary everyday kind of math. Every math is easy to see and talk about it. Math can happen anywhere and anytime. Okay, there are examples. When you in your home, you see the clock and you think, what numbers are the clock pointing to? Okay, and the other example, when you are in the store, you see the merchandise and you think, how much does it cost? So math is everywhere, from the shapes of planets to the properties of an atom. Our universe is completely mathematical. And there are math use. Math is used by doctor to prescribe the right dose of medicine, by politician to comfort, by engineer to boot infrastructure and telecommunication, and by pilot to navigate. And the other example, by researcher to prove a research, and even by gamblers to find their chance of winning. And this list goes on and on. Same with your identity, you cannot code your age without it, without math. And math is everywhere. There are endless ways to see, do, and talk math every go. With counting, recognizing numbers, seeing patterns, adding and subtracting, and understanding number relationship. And the third, math is the queen of science. Why math is the queen of science? All science are based on math. It is especially true for all the engineer fields and the natural science group. Okay, there are hierarchy of science. As we go higher in the hierarchy, math becomes more and more hidden under all the layers. For example, in the layer of biology, you don't use math as generally, just in the higher field of biological science like medical science. Okay, for the other example, physics, use geometry, calculus, linear algebra, imaginary numbers, and the others. So, without mathematics, there's nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics, everything around you is numbers. Math also disciplines us. Why? Even if time is a measured quantity, we couldn't have known the exact time if we didn't know numbers. Remember that everything around you is numbers. It is the foundation of the modern civilization and is the key to problem solving. Remember, problem solving. So I wanna tell you what is math. Mathematics may not teach us to add love or subtract hat, but it gives us hope that every problem has a solution. Remember the key to problem solving. There are many interesting and useful ways to use math. It helps us to understand how things relate to each other, how things change, and how different entities can be described with pure logic, generalization, and abstraction. It is truly beautiful that math generally seems to be the language of the universe, the only true language that can be understood by any intelligent species of space. Mathematics is the first thing we need to understand in our way to understand the universe and ourselves. So that's all for me. I hope the explanation in this video can add to your insight and be useful. Thank you so much for watching and for your attention. So, goodbye.